Black women are crushing it in hip hop right now. Dominating the charts, being the ultimate influences of the culture.
We all winning at once in different aspects.
There's so many fire women right now, like what?
None of this came easy.
We have come through a lot. We have stood back up, and we'll always keep standing back up.
The new Netflix documentary series Ladies First, a story of women in hip hop, looks at the influence of women on the past 50 years of hip hop music and culture.
We're talking to the director of the series, Hannah Beachler, who joins us this morning. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Good to have you with us. When I think about the beginning, and I know this isn't the first, but I think of Rapper's Delight, and there is a woman connected to that song becoming so popular and maybe even crossing over, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I think women in the music industry and definitely hip hop have set the trends and set the culture for what we're seeing today all that time ago. Because I remember those times. I remember Rapper's Delight and those roller rink and so it's been several directors too that have all had a hand, all women of color that have had a hand in creating Ladies First. So it is really a story of vulnerability, of resilience, of creativity, and pushing through what would otherwise be barricades to have this career and not only just change music, but change people. And that's something that I love about that, and that I love to do or try to do within my career in film as well. So, you know, it's just been a really fantastic, beautiful story. And you get to see how the past influences, without question, the future. And I think that goes across everything in life, right? Without our past, we know not from where we come, and we do not know how to go forward. So that was one of the other things that was so important to me about this project, was hearing, and especially about Black women, hearing everything that they had gone through to continue to create, because creativity is life.
And talking about some of those first female artists, the first solo hip hop record by MC Lyte and some other artists, talk about their influence on women that came later.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at people like Queen Latifah, Lil' Kim, MC Lyte, you're seeing the echoes of that. You know, I'm seeing MC Lyte right there. You're seeing the echoes of that in artists like Cardi B, in artists like Nicki Minaj, and new artists like, you know, Doja Cat and Saweetie, and, you know, it goes on and on and on with even younger artists coming up like Fayana Boss, that you're seeing right now on TikTok and Twitter, that are gaining, you know, Ice Spice, that are gaining notability for their individual styles. So Meg the Stallion, of course, you know, the influence is infinite. The influence is infinite. But within that influence that you're seeing now, of the young women rappers, Black women rappers now, there is an originality, right? They're taking something new and they're making it unique and original to the time and to themselves. And more women are talking about things that women haven't talked about in any form, you know, business, money, your sexuality, your life as a mother, growing up, the hardships that you endure as a Black woman in this country and in this world. And that's something that we keyed in on, because the music is important, and the music comes from those places.
And you talk about, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
In the special, you do talk about some of those predatory contracts that, you know, a lot of artists enter into. Was it especially harder on women with some of those contracts, like with TLC and Megan Thee Stallion, or did they escape some of that?
No, absolutely. I think it was harder on women. I think that there is a thought that there is as a woman, there is some naivete.
Right.
That and especially from when you think about the zip code that you come from, where you don't have access to understanding things like contracts and lawyers and loopholes. So absolutely, it was predatory. And I think that still happens, right? In a lot of entertainment industries, with young people, with people of color, because the assumption is that you don't know.
Yeah.
And oftentimes you don't know. Right? You don't know. And you have to learn as you go, and you make the mistake, but then you realize through, just experience and having mentors that you have access to now, what those things are and how to correct that. And the hope is now that people can see a piece like this and see like, okay, this is what I want to do, but these are the things that I also need to be watching out for.
Yeah. Well, you can watch Ladies First, a story of women in hip hop on Netflix, and you can also follow Hannah on social media. Thanks, Hannah.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you so much.